I know I have my craziest tour story that's ever happened to me, and it involves you guys. What's yours? Like, what's some of the or if you can pick one or a couple, I'm sure there's many over your almost 3 decades of being a band and touring. What's some crazy stuff that's happened to you on tour?
I mean, we've had tons of stuff happen from, not so crazy, but like show up at a show in 1998, and this is pre-internet, and you show up at a show and there's literally no show because they emailed you, but we couldn't get email unless we dialed up at somebody's house because we didn't even have money for hotels, and we just didn't have a house to go to before that show. So we show up and they're like, you didn't know the show was canceled? And it's like, no, how would we know? And they're like, well, we emailed you. Yeah. We didn't have a cell phone, right?
Yeah, you use your MapQuest directions printed out to get there even?
100%, or we had an atlas that we would actually look at.
Exactly.
So it's, showing up and just not having a show, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, crazy tour stories, look, I don't have the crazy stories that, are juicy or any of that stuff because, again, we're fortunate. If we would have too many of those stories, you and I would be talking about the career I used to have and not the one that I still have right now.
Right.
Or maybe I just haven't been around for those, and that's probably a good thing. But we've been fortunate. We've toured with pretty much all the bands that I grew up listening to.
Yep. We
shared the stage with Blink. We shared the stage with Green Day. Even bands like Less Than Jake, MXPX, Unwritten Law, they've all been awesome to us. I remember being on the Blink tour. Now, when we toured at Blink, this was 2001. This was before our album Sticks and Stones came out. Our self-titled album was out. Things were just starting to happen. And here we go. We're tapped to be direct support for Blink. I think sold out amphitheaters. So we're talking about 20,000 people a night. We had never in our lives played shows like that. And it was insane. And it was very nerve-wracking. But we went out there and we just gave it our all. And the last show of the tour was in San Diego, Blink's hometown. And this was where we also started to hear about tour pranking. And we didn't know anything about that. And so if people don't know, tour pranks, they are a common occurrence. And usually the headliner will prank the opening bands because you don't ever want to mess with the headliner's show.
Exactly.
So Green Day pranked us. Blink pranked us. Green Day also did, and we can get to that story too. But Blink pranked us, and this is my first real experience with it. Apparently, they used a prank that they had borrowed from or heard from the Foo Fighters doing to somebody else, where they were able to, during the day, without us knowing, hang something like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 ping pong balls in their trussing. And in the middle of our set, they just released them. And it just rained ping pong balls on our stage. And, it starts and you're like, what? And then you're like, what is happening? And then, like, for me, again, I'm the meticulous guy. All I'm thinking about is all these people in San Diego are now not thinking about our band. They're thinking about ping pong balls, and has nothing to do with our music. So I start to get upset.
Yeah.
And then to make things worse, 2 of the crew guys from Blink come out to, quote unquote, clean up the ping pong balls with big brooms. But they're not wearing anything but underwear, right? Because it's all funny. And so they go and they brush a couple things, because another thing I'm thinking about is I'm kind of safe here on my drums, but everybody else is running and jumping in my band. Here we go. Broken ankle, something, you're going to end our career right here because of a prank. I don't know why I'm, this like strict. But
you were a dad before you were a dad.
I guess, right? So lo and behold, with these 2 crew guys cleaning up the ping pong balls, they clean up for like 2 seconds, meet up at the middle of the stage right in front of my drum set, and then get into a broom fight in front of my drum set. And one of them miraculously throws the other one through my drum set and takes out half of my drum set.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, again, I look back and yes, it was really funny. But at the time, I'm like, now I don't have any drums to play, and we're in the middle of a song.
Oh my
and this is all on that DVD, on the story so far.
Dude.
You can see it.
Yes.
And I think coincidentally, there was like a little cymbal choke, and I choked the cymbal and then like flicked off one of the guys, like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then later, I don't know if this is on the DVD, I got so upset, I threw a drumstick in the general direction of that crew, which was stage left. Come to find out 20 years later, I was about 6 inches away from not only hitting my manager, but hitting who is now the A&R at Taylor Guitars, who we have come to have an amazing relationship with. And so it's like, wow, you never know who's around. That would have been the worst case of networking I could have ever had.
Sure.
So yeah, that was insane. And quickly, the Green Day story, another awesome story. They tarred and feathered us, which is another industry term, which basically what means that they found a way to get us wet with super soakers from the barricade in front of the stage in the middle of a song, and we're like, this is funny. Okay, tour prank, great. You made us wet. Then they had confetti cannons, and they turned them on us because they would shoot them every day, you know, at the
Yeah.
end of their set on the crowd. Well, they shot them at us from literally 6 feet away. These are industrial-sized confetti cannons. That's to tar and feathers. So they got us wet, and then they shot confetti.
Stick
and what
it all
happens? It sticks.
Oh, my God.
And so we just have mounds, like pounds and pounds of confetti stuck on everything. And then like Trey did something with me, which is funny. It was the classic, oh, let me take away everything of his kit. But he was very nice, and I haven't really been able to talk to him much about this. He was nice because he didn't take away any of my drums, but he took away every cymbal.
Oh, yeah.
Except for my China. And so I had to play a whole song with just China.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. But so those are like, I like to focus on stories like that versus, oh yeah, there's one time, somebody in the crew drank too much. And
dude, exactly. I don't like the juicy stuff. I like the like, how did you manage playing drums, or like getting through that, or what's the moment you learned from that? Exactly.
Yeah.
Or dude, in my case, prior planning, I feel like I was teching for you and you guys were playing on a rickety stage, and you guys jump a lot, and I didn't check everything was secured down, and a speaker, your monitor fell off, hit me on the head and knocked out my 2 front teeth, and I had a concussion, and you're looking down like, what? Obviously the show must go on. Like, you played through dudes taking your drums away or falling through your kit. You have to figure out how to adapt, and like, yes, it might make you upset, but like, how do you carry on? And like, that night I packed up your kit, and I'm like, where are we going next? Cause like, I got to figure out a dentist to like put some teeth in my face. We rolled like 4 days. I didn't have front teeth.
Yeah, I remember that.
Knocked them out just perfectly. It was a wild time, and I know you have a story.
A lot of talking like this.
Yeah, I was really embarrassed, dude. But like, I remember hearing you like fell off the riser and like hit your head, and like, you have to learn in this industry to like roll with the punches, really, like literally figure out how to make it happen. And it's that thick skin that I think you gather and gain, the knowledge you gain, and just the intensity of the world we're in, to be able to be prepared for moments like that. Again, like you said, yeah, it's funny, but like, I'm still trying to perform and have people watch my band, and how you act literally in that moment with people watching you, cameras even back then, is really critical. And so how you hold yourself is key. Like you said, had you hit the dude from Taylor Guitars now with that stick, maybe he wouldn't like you guys, and work with you.
I think I got lucky that I wasn't a professional baseball player, or that athletically inclined, or else guess our band would not be in the same spot, because there might have been some litigation that followed.